Great. All right, Tim, they're coming in.
As we are here at the beginning of this celebration, this commencing, I find myself thinking somewhat paradoxically about endings. For that is what transitions are, really, endings and beginnings. We tend to think of them as beginnings and endings of an experience, but the truly rich moments in life are ones such as this: endings and beginnings, almost indistinguishable one from the other. This moment, however, gives us the opportunity to distinguish the ending from the beginning. This is the moment, the boundary between. But before you transcend the next boundary, this stage, we have a chance to mark the ending of your college years. And it is fitting that we mark the ending with gratitude for all that has led to this moment. So let us now express our gratitude and to truly be in this moment. For friends that laughed and played and cried, we give thanks. For growth and maturation leading towards adulthood, we give thanks. For challenges met and obstacles overcome, we give thanks. For failures that taught and mistakes that humbled, we give thanks. For staff and faculty, teachers and mentors all, we give thanks. For those who work behind the scenes, cleaning, cooking, filing, recording, setting up chairs, making lives easier and smoother, we give thanks. For families of origin and families of choice, whose support has made this day possible, we give thanks. And for these graduates, their curiosity, determination, creativity, compassion, and openness, for their willingness to learn and grow, for their ability to teach us as well. For each of them, we indeed give thanks. Our hearts lift with joy in this moment, acknowledging the end of what has come before as we commence into what lies ahead. May it be so.
Good morning. I'm Sanford Unger, and I welcome you to the Goucher College campus for our 122nd spring commencement. Under the big top here on the Winslow Great Lawn alongside the Athenaeum. And this is not a no good, horrible, terrible, very bad day. This is a wonderful day, and we welcome you all. We are simulcasting our ceremony today for those who can't be with us in person or some who are elsewhere on campus. So I'd like to ask the class of 2013 and our guests here on campus to greet the alumni, family members, and friends who are with us online. Hello. This has been a challenging year in many respects, in the larger world, as well as here inside the Goucher bubble. It remained very difficult for a college like ours to escape the impact of national and global economic turmoil, and for many Goucher families to climb out of the Great Recession. Sadly, today's national political environment sets a poor example for young Americans who would like to help solve the serious problems they see around them. But when our own values are occasionally tested, we are lucky to be able to rely upon our community principles of respect, inclusion, communication, service and social justice, and responsibility. Fortunately, this community has great resilience and strength. We keep talking, we re-examine our processes until we achieve new levels of harmony and understanding. One challenge we all face is the unrelenting attack, and there's no other word for it, the attack on liberal arts education. People who should know better are proclaiming that only certain majors are worthwhile in college because they allegedly lead directly to high-paying jobs. The governor of Florida, I'm told, was outraged when he heard that his daughter was taking a course in anthropology. Imagine that, anthropology. We have enough anthropologists in Florida, he said. Well, that's the equivalent of political slapstick, but I did hear one distinguished researcher and social commentator on the radio the other day lamenting the state of things. How, she asked, can we persuade these young people today not to focus on such useless subjects as history and philosophy? Well, we have an answer at Goucher College. We should not, and we will not, try to tell our students to narrow their scope down to allegedly marketable skills defined by politicians and efficiency experts. Of course, there is a great need for reform in American higher education, and one very important agenda item is that costs must be brought under control. But we know, the students graduating today well know the importance of learning how to understand and solve problems in a broad range of disciplines in the natural sciences, the humanities, and the social sciences. We will continue to teach our students how to read carefully, think critically, write clearly, speak articulately, and devote themselves to an understanding of the human condition and how to improve it. We will remain dedicated to the idea that a liberal education in the arts and sciences is the best career education of all, and we will help our remarkable students launch their lifetimes of learning. We will, above all, continue to transcend boundaries. Let me tell you a bit about this graduating class. The 329 students in the class of 2013 participated in 388 unique study abroad experiences in 60 different countries. Goucher's participation rate in international education sits at 118% of our students. How does that work? 18% of our students go abroad more than once, while the national average is still under 5%. In this class, 50 students studied abroad twice, 3 studied abroad 3 times, and 1, incredibly, studied abroad 5 times in 5 different places. Here, and he knows who he is. Here is a partial list, just a partial list of what Goucher students from the class of 2013 have done. They have studied post-genocide, restoration, and peace building in Rwanda. They taught in rural and township schools in South Africa. They organized a major international performing arts festival for the Theater of the Oppressed in Paris. They learned about biodiversity on Bioko Island in Equatorial Guinea. They photographed the Tour de France bicycle race for the French government. They studied at the American University of Central Asia in Bishkek, Kyrgyzstan. They performed in dance productions in Arezzo, Italy. They worked with a Women's Empowerment Center in Rabat, Morocco. They taught English as a second language in Peru, in Greece, and in China. They interned in the British Parliament. They studied wildlife management in Tanzania. They enhanced their artistic portfolios in Glasgow, Scotland. They interned in Santiago, Chile for the United Nations Commission on Latin America and the Caribbean. They worked for the City Welfare Institute in Tianjin, China. They interned at the Louvre and other museums in Paris. They worked to establish a music program in the village of El Rosario, Honduras. And they interned at the Department of Social Welfare in Cape Coast, Ghana. Just a partial list. And what are they going to do when they leave this place? Again, just a short list. They will study chemical biology at Harvard, journalism at Columbia University, art history at Oxford, international relations at the University of California in Santa Cruz, conflict, security, and development at the University of Bradford in Yorkshire, England, experimental physics at the University of Wisconsin, global public health at Boston University, information science at Pratt Institute in New York, and pure mathematics at Brandeis University. They will become doctors and lawyers, dentists and pharmacists, and they will know more because they have a liberal arts education. They will teach English in Japan and South Korea, and they will track the movements and development of hyenas in Kenya. 6 of them will work for Teach for America in eastern North Carolina, southern Louisiana, New Mexico, Detroit, Nashville, Baltimore, and the Mississippi Delta. Others will become involved in local or national politics, make music, dance, and act. Some will make mischief. These students may not know how to make widgets, as some would have them do, but they are prepared to work to improve this community, this country, and the world. I am immensely proud to have been associated with all these students during their time here, as are the Goucher faculty and staff, and we have learned as much from them as they have learned from us. To quote the biography of the student speaker at yesterday's baccalaureate ceremony, they are ready to step courageously into the unknown, well fostered by their experiences together. Please join me in congratulating them. A couple traditions to observe. It is customary at Goucher for our graduates to extend their thanks and congratulations to their parents, spouses, and all who've supported their efforts to reach this important milestone. I know I speak for the class in extending to you, extending to you their affection and gratitude for your constant concern, your patience, and your continuing understanding and support. I join with our graduates as they rise to applaud their families who've done so much to make this day possible. We also want to recognize the extraordinary members of our faculty and staff at Goucher who have made this day possible. I would ask that all faculty members and all staff members of this college who are present under the tent please rise. I think that says it all. In some years, we observe the tradition of presenting the John Franklin Goucher Medal to members of the Goucher extended community who have served particularly well and hard and faithfully over the years. And I'm very pleased to be able to do so today, present the medal to Patty and Mike Batza. Will they rise, please? Patricia K. Batza, Goucher College class of 1991, and Michael J. Batza, Jr., you have given generously and unassumingly to the greater Baltimore community for decades, supporting educational and medical institutions, arts groups, and service and religious organizations. You have donated not only your resources, but also your time, your ideas, and your leadership, encouraging others to give, to volunteer, and to experience the rewards of service. Mike first learned to give as a boy growing up on Long Island. He and his pals hatched a plan to host a flea market to earn money to buy themselves athletic equipment. The neighborhood parents gave their wholehearted approval with one condition: as long as the boys gave all the proceeds from their flea market to charity. I don't know how you got the equipment, but I guess you did. Mike's early interest in markets led to his study of economics at Colgate University, where he also gave generously on the athletic fields, establishing himself, at least in the minds of a select group of discriminating fans, as a collegiate football legend. Mike would bring his early lessons about philanthropy and teamwork to his business ventures throughout his career. He is now chairman and CEO of Towson-based Heritage Properties. But many say Mike made the most astute merger decision of his life when he joined forces with the calm, thoughtful, and wise Patricia Law in 1967. They married in Patty's hometown of Youngstown, Ohio, and by 1972 they had 3 daughters, Maureen, Michelle, and Megan. For Patty, who had needed to join the workforce when many of her high school classmates headed off to college, higher education had to wait. But in her late 30s, she learned about something called Goucher II, then a new program geared specifically to non-traditional students, and she soon enrolled. Although as a 38-year-old mother she had doubts about her ability to succeed, Patty excelled in her chosen field of philosophy. Cheered on by Mike and their then teenage daughters, and Patty Batza graduated from Goucher College in 1991, Phi Beta Kappa. Patty's own philanthropic commitment was deepened by her time at Goucher. Together, she and Mike established their own foundation, encouraging their children to become involved in the family business of giving. That tradition has now been passed down, as their grown daughters teach their own children to give of their time, talent, and treasure to the community. We would be here for hours if we tried to list every good cause in Baltimore that Patty and Mike Batza have touched. But among the many recipients of their kindness are notably the Kennedy Krieger Institute, for which they established an endowed chair for research in the field of learning disabilities, the Mercy Medical Center, where they're members of the Visionary Society, and St. Mary's Seminary, where they helped to build a new library. Above all, Patty and Mike have left an indelible mark on Goucher. Patty has served on the Board of Trustees for 16 years, much of that time in leadership roles. She has chaired the Goucher Society and the Goucher II campaign, and she served on Phi Beta Kappa's executive board. Together, from 2003 to 2012, she and Mike co-chaired Transcending Boundaries, the campaign for Goucher College. Transcending Boundaries. Under their inspired leadership, that campaign raised not $80 million as originally planned, but more than $117 million. The result is Goucher's award-winning Athenaeum, endowed professorships, new scholarships to strengthen the study abroad requirement, and much, much more. One symbol of their kindness, known by all in this community, is the Batza Room on the top level of the Athenaeum. For your contributions to the greater Baltimore area, to the Towson community, and to Goucher College, Patricia K. and Michael J. Batza, we now present you with the John Franklin Goucher Medal for Distinguished Service.
So, who were those people he was just talking about? I'd like to meet him someday. Mike and I have had such fun, I know it's hard to believe, fun doing everything that Sandy has mentioned, especially on this campus. It's been an honor and our pleasure to work for this college and for all of you. And today we are humbled and overjoyed with this great honor, and all I can say is sincerely thank you to all of you.
I echo those sentiments.
The honorary degrees will now be conferred. Laura Amy Schlitz will be presented by Ms. Nancy Magnuson, College Librarian.
Laura Amy Schlitz, the story of your literary fame has all the makings of a fairy tale. You were an unassuming school librarian, writing stories for children in your spare time. Having worked for years in literary obscurity, you finally mustered the courage to submit your work to publishers. You suffered rejection initially, with one firm even telling you it had shredded your manuscript. But then your luck turned when one of your texts was plucked from the slush pile by a clever editorial assistant at Candlewick Press in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Within 2 years, Candlewick published 4 of your children's books: The Hero Schliemann, the Dreamer Who Dug for Troy, The Bear Skinner, A Drowned Maiden's Hair, and Good Masters, Sweet Ladies, Voices from a Medieval Village. All were greeted by glowing reviews. Then, in January 2008, you got the pre-dawn call that one of those books, Good Masters, Sweet Ladies, had won the Newbery Medal, the apex of children's book publishing. This book, decidedly not fairy tale-like, depicts what life was like in an English village around 1255. Arduous, grimy, and rife with poverty, wickedness, and loss. A spinner of tales, you had created this book 12 years earlier for 5th graders at the Park School, an independent K-12 institution here in Baltimore, where you are the lower school librarian. For more than 2 decades, you have been educating and mesmerizing students there with your gift for storytelling. Your success at engaging children today is hardly surprising. You have always had a flair for the dramatic. By age 13, you were working on stage at a dinner theater near your family's Baltimore home. When you graduated from Goucher in 1977 with a bachelor's degree in aesthetics, you applied for a position as a traveling troubadour at the Enoch Pratt Free Library. Although you were not eligible for that position, the Pratt was duly impressed and offered you a job instead as a children's librarian. Later, you spent 2 years touring and writing plays for the Children's Theater Association of Baltimore, Maryland's oldest theater company for young people, before joining the Park School in 1991. 2 years later, you published your first novel, an adult romance, under a pseudonym. When a second book, a historical novel, failed to find a buyer, you packed it up, along with most of your hopes of becoming an established author. in a box in your basement. Despite the setback, you kept writing. Your persistence and talent eventually earned you recognition, not once, but twice, from the most prestigious award committee in children's literature. In addition to your Newbery Medal for Good Masters, Sweet Ladies, last year, your Victorian Gothic novel, Splendors and Glooms, was named one of 3 Newbery Honor Books. Laura Amy Schlitz, as a writer, you sweep readers along with forceful language and unconventional plots. You value what you call the adventure quality of research, and you often slip new information into your books on the sly. And you pursue your work relentlessly, undeterred by setbacks. With these talents, you truly exemplify what can be achieved with a liberal arts education from Goucher College. We proudly present to you today another Goucher degree, Doctor of Letters, honoris causa.
By the authority of the state of Maryland, vested in the trustees of Goucher College and by them delegated to me, I confer on Laura Amy Schlitz the degree of Doctor of Letters, honoris causa, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. We'll be pleased now to hear from Laura Schlitz.
This is a surprise and a delight. I have been enjoined to be brief, and I am going to be cheerful, because I think those speeches where you list all of the most tragic and complex problems of the world and then send the graduating class out to solve them, while everybody who's over 23 goes home to take a nap, that's not fair. Being at Goucher reminds me not of my own graduation, but of coming here 40 years ago. I detested my high school. The standards there were not exacting, and I coasted. And before I came to Goucher, everybody said Goucher's a good school, and you're not going to be able to coast anymore. And there was this kind of, oh, you're going into a different place where you may be baffled and defeated and frustrated and, God forbid, humbled. And I came to Goucher, and it was a surprise and a delight. I had good teachers, and they didn't see the process of education as being like some kind of rigid jigsaw puzzle where there was only one place for each finite piece. It was more like a scroll that they were delighted to unfold for me. I remember Daniel Abrams, the music teacher, who turned out all the lights in the lecture hall and played us Tristan and Isolde. And when we staggered back into the light, we were dumbfounded by the eroticism of this music. I remember George Brendan Dowell, who was the theater professor and who began every year by impersonating Primitive Man. In a well-lit suit, in a three-piece suit in a well-lit room, he would stamp his feet and dance around the room. He was 60, emitting howls and grunts. And we didn't dare to look at each other because we knew if we did, we would shriek with laughter. But as much as we were appalled, we were impressed because of his sheer effrontery. It was raw courage. And I remember Gretel Chapman chortling with glee as she explained to us that by our iconography, we are making George Washington a Greco-Egyptian sun god. My teachers took so much joy in unfolding the world and making it wider and broader and deeper. And it was Gretel Chapman also who said that it took a lifetime to figure out who you wanted to be and to be it. This was a relief for me because I was in my 20s and I knew I didn't have my act together. She was prophetic, It is true. I am 58. I'm still getting my act together. There's plenty of time. You've got lots and lots of time. It's good. I think Matthew Arnold got it a little bit wrong. Yes, you are leaving Goucher College, and yes, there's stuff out there that is very scary. And no life lacks those essential ingredients of frustration and defeat and bafflement. But though it is sometimes a darkling plain where ignorant armies clash by night, the world is also beautiful and various and new, and there are surprises and delights and things to unfold and explore and get wider and broader and deeper. So have the effrontery to enjoy it, and congratulations.
Kwame Kwei-Armah will be presented by J. Michael Curry, Professor of Theater.
Kwame Kwei-Armah, in only your second season as Artistic Director of Center Stage, you have brought national attention to the State Theater of Maryland, taking exemplary creative risks to engage audiences in provocative dialogues about race, identity, and legacy, and to promote the arts as a crucial component of education. You were born Ian Roberts to parents who emigrated from the Caribbean nation of Grenada to London, where they worked long hours and, in your mother's case, extra jobs to provide opportunity for their children through education. As a boy, you attended the Barbara Speake Stage School, learning wide-ranging skills as a performer and developing an abiding confidence in your own voice, even amidst the emerging tensions of your Southall neighborhood. At age 13, on your street, you witnessed a race riot that dramatized a legacy of social and economic inequality and the enduring pain of a marginalized people. As a young man, you began to explore that heritage. You traced your family ancestry to Ghana and changed your name, an act of redemption that gave you peace and clarity of purpose. While earning your living performing in musicals, you continued to study, earning a bachelor's degree in African civilization in 1987 from the Open University. In 1999, you landed a regular role on the BBC medical drama Casualty. Around that time, after hearing you recount memories of your childhood, the director of the Bristol Old Vic Theatre commissioned your first play, the story of an African Caribbean family's efforts to bring their son's killers to justice. A Bitter Herb won you the Peggy Ramsey Play Award, £50,000 and recognition as a serious playwright. Even then, you persisted in your education, studying at night after long days on the set, and earning your master's degree in screenwriting from the University of the Arts in 2001. Since then, you have written a triptych of plays, Almina's Kitchen, Fix Up, and Statement of Regret, that premiered at the National Theatre of Great Britain. Almina's Kitchen moved to the Garrick Theatre in 2005, making you the first Black British playwright to have a production in London's famed West End. You wrote the screenplay. You wrote the screenplay for Walter's War, the 2008 BBC drama about the first Black commissioned officer to lead British troops during World War I. In 2010, you served as artistic director for the World Festival of Black Arts in Senegal, a month-long international celebration involving 6,000 artists from more than 50 countries and across 16 disciplines. You have also appeared as a presenter and commentator in television documentaries and cultural programs. You have written columns and essays for The Guardian and other British newspapers. You have served as a governor and more recently named Chancellor of the University of the Arts in London. And last year, for your services to drama, you were made an Officer of the Order of the British Empire. Kwame Kwei-Armah, we are proud that you are now one of us, a Baltimorean. With great energy and honesty, you have explored some of the most divisive conundrums of identity and heritage, served as an articulate emissary of the transformative power of the arts, and shown that theater can be, as you put it, a cultural, political, and artistic act of bravery and service. Goucher College is honored to present to you today the degree of Doctor of Fine Arts, honoris causa.
By the authority of the state of Maryland, vested in the trustees of Goucher College and by them delegated to me, I confer on Kwame Kwei-Armah the degree of Doctor of Fine Arts, honoris causa, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. We'll now hear from Kwame.
Mr. President, Board of Trustees, faculty, and all of those who have bestowed this honor upon me today, may I just say from the bottom of my heart, thank you so very much. It is my first American degree, and we never forget our first time, do we? Sorry for the parents that are in the room at that. I couldn't resist it. Can I just say that today is my father's birthday, so I hope that they're streaming. And wave, happy birthday, Dad. So really, I take this as his present. You know, we are, and I've said this before, there are many people in life that will look at you and us, we who have dedicated our lives to the liberal arts, those who have studied, those who have committed to placing a mirror in front of society and saying, do you like what you see? If not, change. Many people will try and squeeze you into a narrow bandwidth. They'll try, like Governor in Florida, to dismiss these wonderful years that you have invested in yourself. But you haven't just invested this time in yourself, because you have invested it in community. You are the reflectors. You are the people that allow this time to be remembered. When we think about ancient civilizations, we remember them because of their people of letters. If I say Egypt, if I say the Mayans, we remember them because of their architecture. We remember them because of the things that they have said, their insights, and we judge them by it. No one can tell us what it feels like when we are standing at the back of the theater and you hear an audience laugh at a character that you have created. No one will be able to really tell us when someone walks up to you and said, that book that you wrote changed the lives of myself or my children. Our bank managers will challenge us. You can't take that to the bank, but you can take it to your heart. And it can strengthen you. Many will tell us and tell you about this world of unemployment, but very few will be able to tell you what it feels like to look at yourself in the mirror and say, I have contributed. That is the last 4 years of your life. That has been equipping you with the skills to do that. It has been allowing you to fortify yourself against the winds of misfortune. And of course, we know that they are out there, but you will be fortified to know I can withstand, because I am amongst the honorable of the world. We are not exclusively the honorable ones. There are doctors. There are social scientists. There are all of those who are out there making our world a better place, but you are amongst them. And so on this, your graduation day, on this wonderful commencement, I salute you. I thank you. I encourage you to continue to carry the baton forward. And on those days when you are low, remember the days like these, when your family, when your friends, and those who don't even know you are saying, thank you for making me stand just that little bit taller. I salute you. Congratulations. And thank you.
Judith Viorst will be presented by Dr. Dara Friedman-Wheeler, Associate Professor of Psychology.
Judith Rose Viorst, author, journalist, poet, playwright, and exponent of psychoanalysis. For decades, your children's books have delighted, entertained, and informed young readers and adults alike. With keen insight into human psyche, your writings for older readers have helped millions deal with loss, issues of control, and the struggles and tensions in everyday life. You were born Judith Stahl in Newark, New Jersey, and began writing poetry at age 7. As a precocious child, your first work included an ode to your dead parents, both of whom were very much alive and well. And when they read your poem, extremely annoyed. That didn't stop you from submitting your poetry to publishers, although it was difficult for you to comprehend back then why they kept returning it to you. A classic liberal arts graduate, you received your BA in history from the Newark College of Arts and Sciences of Rutgers University in 1952. 8 years later, you married Milton Viorst, an author and journalist who would become an expert on the Middle East. Together, you have 3 sons, Anthony, Nicholas, and Alexander. The trials, tribulations, and triumphs of your close family unit would serve as a frequent source of inspiration in the years ahead. In 1972, you published Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day, and took the children's literary world by storm. The book's simple message is a powerful reminder to all generations that we can make it through challenging days, and that running away from one's problems, even to Australia, in Alexander's case, is not the answer. It has sold more than 4 million copies, making it one of the best-selling children's books of all time. A musical adaptation was performed at the Kennedy Center and has toured nationwide. A live-action Disney feature film based on the book, set to star Steve Carell, is now in pre-production. In all, you have written 19 children's books, including The 10th Good Thing About Barney, The Alphabet from Z to A, and several more Alexander stories. Still able to tap into your inner child, you recently published Lulu and the Brontosaurus and its sequel, Lulu Walks the Dogs. In the mid-1970s, seeking a deeper understanding of the human experience, you went back to school to study psychoanalytic theory, and in 1981, you graduated from the Washington Psychoanalytic Institute. A few years later, you turned your considerable writing talents to a thoughtful and far-reaching subject, how we grow and change through life's inevitable losses. The result, Necessary Losses, appeared on the New York Times bestseller list for nearly 2 years. Dr. Benjamin Spock said of it, "This perceptive book should absorb and enrich anyone who admits to being human." Others called it the kind of book that belongs in every household. Among your other books are Grown-Up Marriage and Imperfect Control, and for more than 25 years, you wrote a column in Redbook and contributed regularly to the Washington Post, the New York Times, and other newspapers. You have authored 9 collections of poetry, including When Did I Stop Being 20 and Other Injustices, It's Hard to Be Hip Over 30, How Did I Get to Be 40 and Other Atrocities, Forever 50 and Other Negotiations, Suddenly 60 and Other Shocks of Later Life, I'm Too Young to Be 70, and Unexpectedly 80 and Other Adaptations. Judith Rose Viorst, during your prolific career and with your characteristic wit and wisdom, you have taken us with you on your journey from young life to middle age and beyond. Through your impressive body of work, you have helped us to negotiate marriage, parenting, careers, losses, and the fine art of aging. For this, Goucher College is honored to present to you today the degree of Doctor of Letters, honoris causa.
By the authority of the state of Maryland, vested in the trustees of Goucher College and by them delegated to me, I confer on Judith Rose Viorst the degree of Doctor of Letters, honoris causa, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations. We'll be very happy now to hear from our principal commencement speaker, Judith Viorst.
Well, that was pretty thrilling. I am grateful, delighted, and really honored to receive this honorary degree from Goucher, and I will treasure it. So now I want to congratulate all of you and also your thrilled and perhaps relieved parents on your graduation today from Goucher. I think it's fair to say that you are now officially grown-ups, which means, among other things, that you now have the wonderful opportunity to look for and find yourself a paying job, to feed and clothe and house and take care of yourself, and most important of all, to make absolutely sure that you've got health insurance. Many of you will eventually marry, many of you will have children of your own, and some of you, by the time you have reached my age, will be close to paying off your student loans. I have the uneasy feeling that, like commencement speakers everywhere these days, I'm obliged to make some dumb joke about student loans. I also, like commencement speakers everywhere, feel obliged to provide some guidance, some inspiration, to offer a few noble principles for you to take on this next stage of your journey. But along with those high-minded principles, there are some others I'd like to offer. Ordinary, plain, mundane, everyday. Some low-key thoughts and suggestions that in their plain, mundane, low-key way might, in the course of your life, turn out to be helpful. So I'm going to start with a list of exhortations that I guess you could call a mashup of the ridiculous and the sublime. So here it goes. Don't slouch, don't mumble, help the needy, to thine own self be true. Never give up on poetry, floss now or be sorry later, and always do what you have promised to do. Check your moles once a year with a dermatologist. Order the fresh green salad instead of the fries. Remember that moral behavior means doing what's right when no one is looking, and that peeing before a long car trip is always wise. Also, it never hurts to pay a compliment. No gloating when you win, no tears in defeat. Try to avoid washing dark and light laundry together. And wipe between your toes while you're drying your feet. Never take credit when you haven't earned it. Change your underwear every day without fail. And when you're writing your thank you notes for all those nice graduation presents you're getting, write them by hand and send them by regular mail. You know, I'm sure you've probably heard most of this already, but a reminder, like a compliment, never hurts. And that's why I've decided to remind you of something else that all of us need to remember. Life isn't fair. No, life isn't fair. We won't always get what we want, what we need, what we're owed, what we so richly deserve. And shrewdly, though we may plan for every contingency, we are inescapably destined to have some terrible, horrible, no good, very bad days. Most of us do not naturally or enthusiastically rise to such occasions, chuckling merrily at these little disturbances of man or philosophically murmuring, that's life. Instead, what we do when we have a bad day is we sulk, we brood, we holler, we complain. Sometimes we go all cosmic and decide we're the victim of a malignant universe, a universe that has singled us out, us and us alone, to make our life hell. A little paranoid, a little self-important, you bet. Like that Alexander character I once wrote about in a book, we take our bad days, and I'm not talking tragedy here, I'm talking bad days, we take them maybe too seriously. So what kinds of words of wisdom can I offer you about dealing with bad days? Well, the first would absolutely be to laugh. Right, laugh. Go on, give it a try. Try to laugh. It's surely one of life's best coping mechanisms, putting our aggravations and irritations into perspective and helping us to think it could be worse and even tomorrow will be better. But if there's nothing the slightest bit amusing about your bad day, if funny simply isn't one of the options, my other recommendation in the face of life's minor mishaps is get over it. You can do this. You can decide to get over it. Though you want what you want when you want it, though some undeserving so-and-so got it instead, though it rained on your parade despite the fact that the Weather Channel swore it wouldn't, you are not the only human being in your house, your city, your state, your entire solar system to whom bad things happen or are going to happen. Bad things happen to everyone. Get over it. Now, get over it works okay when the problem you're dealing with is a bad day, but more is needed in a bad situation. When your work life or love life or social life or whatever life you've got going isn't going too well. When the obstacles you're faced with seem insurmountable and what you are sorely tempted to do is run. But grown-ups, and remember you're officially a grown-up, don't cut and run. Instead, you put in the time, the sweat, the effort, and the patience to try to turn this bad situation around. And when you've tried your hardest and nonetheless failed, you give it another shot. You persist. I'm going to say a few words in praise of persistence. Cultivate persistence. It's a good quality, one worthy of our admiration and praise. Persistence means hanging in there long enough so you'll solve the problem, mend what was broken, remove the obstacle, change the odds, eventually make a bad situation better. A philosopher once said that freedom is the recognition of necessity, a formulation that I have always loved. What it means, as I understand, is if, as you're making your journey through life, if you encounter a stone wall that's blocking your way, you must recognize its stone-walledness, that's the necessity part, and not go fruitlessly banging your head against it. But it also means, and this is the freedom part, you could climb over it, walk around it, dig a hole under it, demolish it, or find a new path to where you want to go. you persist. In fact, I'd like to remind you that the great, immovable wall of our recent history, the Berlin Wall, turned out to be far more movable than we had dreamed. Thousands of individuals stubbornly, persistently saying no, finally succeeded in bringing that wall down. Now look, it's certainly true you can overdo persistence, staying far too long in a dead-end job, trying to revive a rotten relationship, or like Captain Ahab in Melville's novel Moby Dick, chasing that white whale until it kills you. There are certainly times when the right thing to do is simply to say, I quit, it's over, it's done, enough already. But as you leave here and begin to do what you are hoping to do, as you're working at trying to make your dreams come true, I'd like to ask you to consider, take a look back and consider that song your mom told you, sang to you long ago about the itsy bitsy spider. That spider who climbed up the water spout and got washed down the spout by the rain. Then waited until the sun came out and climbed up the spout again. And when the rain washed him down again, climbed up the spout again and again and again. That spider knew persistence, and that, I think, was your first lesson to be a grown-up who persists. But I need to back up a little here and say that I don't want to have you think that being a grown-up is like some turkey. We roast for X number of hours, then we take it out of the oven and declare it's done to perfection. A grown-up is always, always a work in progress, and growing up is a process which, if we're lucky, will continue throughout our life. What's going to help us in the growing up process, what's going to help all of you here, is the knowledge that you've put into your heads during your years at Goucher. Some of it may clearly useful right now. A lot of it, you're going to wondering, what are we ever going to do with this weird assortment of facts that lurk in your brain? The date of some famous battle, perhaps, or the difference between metamorphic and igneous rock. But don't be surprised to find that what you've learned keeps popping up in the oddest ways, popping up out of the blue when you least expect it. And don't be surprised at how useful and wonderful and satisfying it is. And speaking of useful, it's now time for another list from me that just might be worth considering as you put in the lifelong work of growing up. Here are some thoughts. Becoming a grown-up means learning that in some ways you're rare and unique, and in some ways you're exactly like everyone else. Becoming a grown-up means learning that you'll never, ever be everyone's cup of tea. That hard though you may try and utterly beguiling though you may be, not everyone you meet is going to love you or like you or even be able to stand you. Becoming a grown-up means understanding when really bad things happen that the answer to why me is why not me. And becoming a grown-up means learning, often the hard way, that you're never too old to do something utterly stupid, that you're never too old to make a damn fool of yourself. The only difference being that as you become more and more of a grown-up, you get over the embarrassment, the utter humiliation a lot faster. I also need to say that although your life is, of course, about you, it's never, and never should be, just about you. And that the golden rule, do unto others as you would have them do unto you, remains the best guide and standard you'll ever have. And that over the years, you will only grow older without ever growing up, unless you connect and contribute to the world that lies beyond your private concerns. Now, from what I've heard about the kinds of young men and women who decide to come to Goucher, this is not new news. You already know this. But let me repeat it anyway.
You need to connect and contribute to the world that lies beyond your private concerns, to make it less of a mess, a little bit better. You need to find some space in your life to try to fix this needy world. Give me a minute, I'm going to cough. For to live a private life, uninvolved and uninvested in the larger community, cheats not just that community, but yourself. It's children who think that giving is giving up, is giving away, is losing something. Grown-ups understand that giving is getting. Well, my time is running out, and I just have a few more major and minor thoughts to leave you with, like, learn to say, I'm sorry. It won't kill you. Always carry your fair share of the load. You're likely to learn more by listening than by talking. Stay in touch with your folks when you're on the road. What are your house plans if you want to have house plans? Don't ever unnecessarily cause pain. Leave yourself at least an hour more than you think you need, and maybe the next time you won't miss the plane. Aim high, strive hard, pursue your dearest dreams, while understanding that neither you, nor the people you love, nor the life that you achieve has to be perfect or anywhere close to perfect in order for you, your loved ones, your life to be wonderful. There's a poet I adore, a poet, a singer, a songwriter named Leonard Cohen, who wrote a song called Anthem, which has some words that speak to this theme of imperfection. It goes, ring the bells that still can ring. Forget your perfect offering. There is a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in. As I stand here looking at all of you official grown-ups, all you wonderful, promising works in progress, I can actually see all the light that's pouring in, and it's so much light, so much possibility. It's beautiful. So good luck to every one of you. Good luck and congratulations as you head into your imperfect, glorious future.
Thank you, Judy. It is my pleasure now to introduce the 2013 senior class speaker, Louisa Smith. Louisa grew up in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, in the mountains of Lehigh Valley. There have been many highlights during Louisa's time at Goucher, studying abroad in Glasgow, Scotland, working on campus for various offices, including the Center for Teaching, Learning, and Technology, and the Welsh Center for Graduate and Professional Studies, volunteering as a mentor at Lamell, Garrison, and Barclay Middle Schools in Baltimore, and teaching middle school social studies at Roland Park School and high school government and English at Baltimore's Harbor School. Louisa recalls some struggles as well and cites many people as having helped overcome them, like Smitty in Facilities Management Services, Linda in Alice's Restaurant, Louisa wants to thank them and the many others at Goucher who took care of the students over the years. Louisa graduates today with a Bachelor of Arts in English Literature, but the future will most likely pull Louisa to become a librarian. Louisa's true passions are teaching and promoting literacy, and what better way to do this than to go on to study library science? She's also passionate about inspiring positive change through community organizing, has been evidenced through work with local charities and nonprofit organizations. After graduation, Louisa plans to move into an apartment in Baltimore with a close friend and try out life. Please join me in welcoming the 2013 Student Commencement Speaker, Louisa Smith.
Hello, everyone. And congratulations on actually getting here. For some of us, we only had to walk across Van Meter Highway in 6-inch heels, but others have come from all over the world to be here for this momentous occasion. I began writing this speech with 69 days until graduation. It's not like I was counting, but there were 1,679 hours between me and this moment, graduation. It's terrifying, it's exhilarating, it's an end and a beginning, and I cannot be the only one who's nervous. But as long as no one trips and falls getting their diploma, we're all more graceful than Jennifer Lawrence at the Oscars. And for you who trips and falls when getting your diploma, you're as graceful as Jennifer Lawrence at the Oscars. I have never given a commencement address. I have never given any address. At my high school graduation, unlike many of the talented Goucher class of 2013, I did not receive a single award. I wasn't recognized as a scholar, a member of a team, or an honors society. My name was called near the end of the 600-plus list, and they announced, Louisa Smith headed to Goucher College, much to the surprise of my freshman and sophomore year teachers. I was not an honors student. I was never expected to succeed. But here I am, 4 years almost to the day. I stand here in a gown and silly cap again. But this time I'm graduating from Goucher College. And I'll tell you something, I'm not surprised to be here. I mean, I did expect fireworks and something a little flashier, but I'll stick with bagpipes and Bon Appetit brownies, it's cool. Though I have found on my path to this stage, I have surprised myself regularly. In my junior year, I dropped my concentration, which was secondary education, and suddenly my life was no longer going according to plan. I woke up the next day, happily surprised with myself, and ready to be surprised every day forward, because I wasn't directionless. I wasn't flailing in search of a career, a life plan, or a mission. I was exactly the same person I was before, just without fieldwork in the mornings and lesson plans to write at night. But for the last decade, I had planned to teach. Amazingly enough, without my planned career, I was still myself. I had been searching for something to call the end, the stopping point. I thought I would graduate and begin teaching in a high school the next fall, that I would stop there. I believed that this day would be a conclusion to a chapter of my life. It's not. It's a shift. And while I remember much of my high school graduation, walking across the stage, shaking hands, telling people I was off to Baltimore to become a teacher, I don't remember the speeches, in detail or really at all. I'm sure they were filled with stock advice about our achievements and the things that got us here. They probably told us failure was an option. We reminisced about wins and losses, but I don't remember any of it. Unlike Ira Glass, no one spilled the beans on where they lost their virginity. There was no swearing. Nothing was raunchy. There were a lot of unhelpful statistics. I don't have any statistics. I'm terrible at math beyond counting the hours. But I do have a few things to tell you. We will all fail at something. We will quit our jobs. We will hate our coworkers. We will burn the birthday cake for the person we love. We will realize we didn't want to major in that anyway and go to grad school for philosophy. We will forget to pay the rent. We will be too broke to pay the rent. We will disappoint our parents, and we will disappoint ourselves. But it won't all be sadness. We will succeed. We'll get really good at that one thing we never knew we could do. We will live in a sustainable world. We will change. We will change. We'll take the rings out of our lips and noses. Okay, maybe some of you will, but I'm not going to. Tough luck, job world. We'll cut our hair and dye it dark brown. We'll take jobs in fast food restaurants despite our degrees in environmental studies. But regardless of how we change, we are still who we are, and who we have always been. Our careers won't define us. Our haircuts, our cars, and whether or not our child comes in first in the science fair will not tell us who we are. We will continue to be the community-minded individuals we have always been. We will do the time warp. We will worship the caffeine gods, and some of us will still dress like pirates. This piece of paper in the really nice folder we're about to receive doesn't tell us who we are. It tells us what we've done. It's just another achievement of ours, although it is quite a large one. But we have so much more to do. Plenty of my fellow classmates received awards for their achievements in their fields, in community service, and abroad. I haven't. I'm just beginning. And so are many of the class of 2013. The award ceremonies and initiations are over. Today is for everyone. The normal, the B+ average, for those graduating with exactly 120 credits. For the people who have taken classes on and off for more than 4 years. For the students who put life and family first, and for the students who took the time off they needed. And some of us aren't beginning. They're continuing. Not everyone in a cap and gown here is 21 or 22. Some of the class of 2013 are real live grown-ups. They came here for themselves after years in the military or raising families. They came because they felt like they were missing something along the way. But we're here now. We did it. We figured out which direction our tassel is supposed to hang, and we are all here. But we didn't do it alone. We have parents, grandparents, foster parents, and assorted family helping us along the way, emotionally, financially, and when moving into the 4th floor of a dorm with no elevator. Sorry. We need to thank our boyfriends, girlfriends, partners, and roommates who stayed up late hours quizzing us on organic chemistry, I can't even pronounce it, providing hugs and making tea during those moments when we thought the whole world was coming crumbling around our ears. Today is for us, but also for the professors who granted us extensions, lent us books, and incessantly emailed us for 4 or more years. Also, thank you to the CAs who told us to turn off the Mulan sing-along and go to bed. And our Bon Appetit family who are never afraid to bring us back down to earth. Like when Miss Linda always says, I should accept the things I can't control, or when Miss Alice frowns at my choice of onion rings and carrot sticks for dinner. Again, for the 3rd time this week. We need to thank our friends at FMS like Smitty and Chip who always got me to work on time. Without them, I physically wouldn't be here today. But most of all, we need to thank each other, class of 2013, for the peer-run Chaucer reading groups, the SI sessions that went literally hours overtime, for the writing center help and the hugs in the infocom, the borrowed dresses and ties for the trustees' dinner, for the rides to the airport and to the hospital, for the ups and downs we shared in our 2, 3, 4, and sometimes 5 years here together. But we're also ready to move on. We have so much more to do with the next 60 years of our lives. So while we celebrate today, we need to remember this is just one small victory in our lives. It is one success, and I can promise you it's just one of many. And rather than saying congratulations again, because that's all we're going to hear today, I'm just going to yell, good luck to all of you, and try not to screw it up too badly. Thank you.
Will the senior marshals please come forward to assist the graduates? The awarding of degrees will begin. All guests are asked to remain in their seats and keep the aisles cleared during the awarding of the degrees.
Mr. President, I have the honor to inform you that these candidates have fulfilled all the requirements for graduation. And in accordance with the recommendation of the faculty, they are presented for the degree of Bachelor of Arts.
By the authority of the state of Maryland, vested in the trustees of Goucher College, and by them delegated to me, I confer on you, the Goucher College class of 2013, the degree of Bachelor of Arts, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto.
Will the recipients for the degree of Bachelor of Arts come forward as your name is called to receive the diploma? Benjamin Zachary Abramson. Annalisa Gomez Alvarez. Sammy Arfin. Gregory Paul Audino, cum laude. Haley Tate Griffey Augustin. Daniel Peter Ballas. Melissa Missy Mary Bellinghoff. Lauren Elizabeth Benanto. Nikolai Donovan Bader Barzak. In absentia. Joanne Fumiko Barilla, cum laude. Caitlin Shader Barker, magna cum laude. Gabriella Rose Barone, cum laude. Kimberly Alicia Becker. Jane Teresa Belkin. Rebecca Gibson Bell. Corinne Oser Bennett, magna cum laude. Gabriella Josefina Berenstein. Alana Redmond Berliner. Alana Burnell. Jeffrey Lawrence Besson, summa cum laude. Rhea Lavina Bishevsky. Bridget Lee Biddle. Brett Michael Blackman. Devin Kathleen Blaisdell Bester. Marina Lisette Blandino. Kiara C. Bonner. Kinsley Marie Barassa. Iris Inez Bowen, magna cum laude. Lee Marie Boyden. Timothy William Brashear. Colin Treat Breen, cum laude. Jessica Marie Bukowski, magna cum laude. Ishara Brianna Bullock. Elise Suzanne Burke. Angela M. Buxton, cum laude. Emily Hope Caballero, cum laude. Lawanda Marianne Cannon. Costanza Carmi. Manuel Alejandro Carranza. Robert Bryce Carson, magna cum laude. Emily Rachel Cartwright. Stephanie Ann Chernauskas. Lisa Marie Sharon, magna cum laude. Danielle Rebecca Chast. Kate Elizabeth Chronister. Aubrey Elissa Kleindon, summa cum laude. Gabriella Nicole Coakley. Ryan Michael Cole. Aaron Lee Coogan. Rachel Lindsay Cook, cum laude. Ann M. Cosgrove Davies, magna cum laude. Hadley Emma Carreau, magna cum laude. Hannah Wolf Coxhead. Chad Michael Coy. Erin Marie Cummins. John Joseph Curry, in absentia. Mason Reeve Davenport. Jacob Haken Davis. Hannah Claire Dean, magna cum laude. Catherine Judith Daler, magna cum laude. Michelle Kristen Del Terzo, magna cum laude. Nora Roxy Dennehy, summa cum laude. Caitlin Shannon Donahue. Tiara Simone Draghi. Caitlin Hazel Duffy. Stephanie Louise Dumas. Sarah Zintra Eby. Jordan B. Edwards. Robin Michelle Edwards, magna cum laude. Melanie Allison Ehuden, in absentia. Miriam Gorsica Alcorci, magna cum laude. Brianna Juliet Ercolano. Avery Louise Irwin McGuire, cum laude. William Evans III. Casey Ann Fair, in absentia. Ashley Marie Fan, magna cum laude. Cameron Jordan Farmer. Dashiell Robert Fitry. Kathleen Louise Flanagan. Ashley Marie Forbes. Reagan Joy Foy. Hannah Grace Fralicciardi. Jonathan Matthew Fredrickson. Gretchen Hillary Funk, cum laude. Catherine Elise Gallagher, cum laude. Sahar Ganjalakani, in absentia, cum laude. Kristen Megan Gartside, cum laude. Catherine Gabrielle Gilruth, cum laude. Emma Marie Glinsman. Julia Catherine Goffretti, cum laude. Oriana Golfarini. Hermanite Katika Gooden. John Robert Gould. Julianne Grace Grabo, cum laude. Felicia Martina Graves. Amanda Marie Griffith. David Jerome Guide. Hannah Kayla Guten Creech. Raphael Noah Guten Creech. Veronica D. Guzman. Samantha Marie Haas, cum laude. Emily Rose Hallbeck. Jenna Veronica Halsey, magna cum laude. Suyana Marie Hanman, magna cum laude. Grace Bella Harmon, magna cum laude. Anthony Mark Harris. Lindsay Rose Harris. Samuel Aaron Hartzell. Catherine Roberts Hawley, magna cum laude. Lyle Harrison Hawthorne, magna cum laude. Melanie Christine Hedall, magna cum laude. Erica K. Hendrickson, cum laude. Carolyn Elizabeth Harrod. Caitlin Marie Higgins. Benjamin Marcos Hollander. Anna Marie Holmes. Eve Margaret Holmes, magna cum laude. Jennifer Renee Hopkins. David Joshua Horan. Allison Jane Howland, magna cum laude. Emily Jane Hubner, magna cum laude. Faith Marissa Hewitt, magna cum laude. Toby Yuli Hunsaker. Julian James Irwin, summa cum laude. Caitlin Addie Jabin. Mairead Caitlin Jacobs Doherty. Lindsay Copeland Porter Jones, cum laude. Anjung Anelia Jones. Cleo T. Kahane. Dana Marie Kaiser. Blaine Celeste Cabeda. Jocelyn Eve Kellen. Dana Michelle Kemp. Shay Michael Kettner. Sierra Meredith Keys. Hannah Rose Kinn. Arjun Khosla. Olana Vashira Kingsley. In absentia. Listra L. Kaiser. Corinne Ariana Gleason, magna cum laude. Robert Allen Kohler. David Alexander Cohn, magna cum laude. Zachary R. Cohn. Walter Holmes Koschel. Patrick Joseph Kostler. Sophie Louise Couric, summa cum laude. Luke Robert Lachaud. Morgan Catherine Lambertson. Jackson Matthew Lane. Juliana Laufer Cintron. David Lawrence Lebowitz. Megan Kathleen Lee. Owen Russell Leamer, magna cum laude. Eliza Addison Lighton, cum laude. Charles Arthur Leonard. Gabriella Austin Lestino, cum laude. Claire Audrey Lewis. April Joy Linder, cum laude. Trey R. Lindsay. Kira Nicole Lip. Abby Rachel Latovsky, magna cum laude. Hannah Elizabeth Locke, magna cum laude. Ted Joseph Lonzak. Gavin C. Loney. Edward Kirkbride Loya. Rachel Alexandra Lyon. Seth Duffy Mansfield. Nicholas Manta. David Julian March. Sage Karina Mary Salazar. Charles Lee Markham. Caroline Olivia Maris, in absentia. David Seth Massa, in absentia. Ada Pennington Maxwell. Aaron Collins Maxwell. Darcy Jane McCarthy, cum laude, in absentia. Brendan Miles McFadden. Daniel Justin McGrail. Carrie Quinn McGuire, summa cum laude. Kitty Dewey McElroy. Erin Michelle McNulty Kowal. Lara Beatrice McQueen, in absentia. Sarah Mead, magna cum laude. Liat Ariana Melnick, cum laude. Nathaniel Gardner Meltzer. Carrie Lynn Michael. Spencer Robinson Michaels. Lee Anna Miller, magna cum laude. Jennifer Levine Merle, cum laude. Morgan Endicott Mitchell, magna cum laude. Kristen Lucy Mitsinikos, magna cum laude. Caitlin G. Motter, magna cum laude. Anna Marie Murray. Rachel Ingrid Neville Murray. Sarah Iris Muscat, cum laude. Rebecca Sarah Nazanel Johnson. Corinne Marie Negron. Carolyn Davis Oates. Evan Ashley Odoms. Caitlin Elizabeth O'Leary. James Joseph Pagani. Emily Marie Pekulski. Allison Ann Panetta. Laura Jean Parks, magna cum laude. Grace Antonia Pastor, cum laude. Natalie Marie Perna, magna cum laude. Julie Catherine Peters. Akvelina Petruxis. Sarah Renee Pizer, cum laude. Hannah Phillips, in absentia. Emily Patricia Polasic, magna cum laude. Samuel Richard Pollan, in absentia. Jewel Lauren Porter. Carly Elizabeth Postal, cum laude. Cora Ann Potter, cum laude. Austin Prince, magna cum laude. Ashley Carol Privet. Daria Teresa Pugh. Alexandra Lee Queener, magna cum laude. Brianne Mary Radford. Stephen Michael Romina, magna cum laude. Joel Ajit Ranadive, cum laude. Simon Hugh Reikley. Hayden S. Remick. Kevin Devontae Rice. Allison Marie Rich. Meg Lauren Richards. Anna G. Richardson, magna cum laude. Nathan Fazenmeyer Robinson, cum laude. Marissa Ann Rothman Pierce. Allison Kate Rowensky, cum laude. Michael Carmine Russo. Angel Cherie Salisbury. Alafia Madiana Sandy. Kiara Florence Souter. Samuel Aaron Savin, cum laude. Rachel Elizabeth Schachter. William Henry Schiff, magna cum laude. Samantha Ashley Schlossberg. Amanda Elizabeth Schlosser. Inga Lee Schmidt, cum laude. Catherine Ann Sedovic, magna cum laude. Kirsten Renee Siebert. Georgi Tomov Shalamanov, in absentia. Ashley Nicole Shaner. Morgan Faye Shannon, in absentia. Jeffrey Brandon Shane, cum laude. Phelan Caleb Cochet, magna cum laude. Todd Tavon Sheridan. Blair Ronan Klimo Shevlin. Aaron Tax Shipley, cum laude. Ryan Joseph Shreves. Sophia Angelique Schultz. Nora Elizabeth Simmons, magna cum laude. Megan Christine Simon, summa cum laude. Sabina Smilovich, cum laude. Alicia Maria Smith. Louisa Kenley Smith. Zoe Gabrielle Smuckler. Benjamin Samuel Snyder, magna cum laude. Hannah Catherine Snyder, cum laude. Patrick John Squires. Rachel Sarah Stern, magna cum laude. Marina Satsky Sterngold, cum laude. Rudy Mitchell Stoller, magna cum laude. Kevin Beekman Storms. Sam Robert Stroiley. Gabriel Ryan Stewart Sikowitz. Mariana de Almeida Ramos Suchadolski. Maria Susarchik. Carly Rose Sussman. Louis John Arnice Swallow. Abigail Dolina Schwisher. Ahmed Ziad Tariq. Christopher Randolph Taylor. Samaya Tarab. Kristen Ashley Terry. Kristen Marie Terry, cum laude. Abigail St. Clair Thomas. Nancy Marie Terry, cum laude. Samuel Luther Chapin Thompson. Sorry. Claire Ann Thorman. Haley Elizabeth Throckmorton. Yasmin Alexa Tarabian. Sierra Jean Troy Regier, magna cum laude. Hannah Rebecca Turner, magna cum laude. Benjamin Wells Udelson. Sean Michael Varner, magna cum laude. Rita Wadani, cum laude. Melinda Ariel Wallner, cum laude. Brittany Nicole Walston. James Jeffrey Andrew Ward, magna cum laude. Noelle Louise Warinsky. Devin Marie Washington. Sarah Elizabeth Weber. Naomi Westwater Weeks, magna cum laude. Abigail M. Wegman. Ariel Vaden Weinstein, cum laude in absentia. Lauren Jean White, magna cum laude. Bradley Eric Whitted. Oliver James Stewart Wilkinson. Johnny Emmanuel Williams. Leroy McDonald Williams, Jr. Elizabeth Abigail Wilson, magna cum laude. Maureen Teresa Winter, magna cum laude. Marley Bowden Witham, magna cum laude. Juliette Haley Wojciechowski. Elena Louise Wolflink, cum laude. Caitlin Ann Walensky, cum laude. Kevin Seamus Wands. David Patrick Woodard. Rahama Yared. Dmitry Olegovich Yurganov, magna cum laude in absentia. Yan Zhuang, summa cum laude. Alyssa Marie Zick, magna cum laude.
That was great. Should we do it all over again? It's my pleasure now to introduce Catherine Scher Ellis, Goucher Class of 1986, President of the Alumni and Alumni of Goucher College. Kathy?
Thank you, President Unger. Class of 2013, I am so thrilled to be here today to celebrate your Goucher graduation with you. Now, I had planned some special thoughts and recognitions to share with you, but we Floridians do not do well in the cold weather, and I suspect that, like me, a lot of you are freezing. So I'm just going to cut right to the chase. As president of the Alumni and Alumni of Goucher College, it is my great privilege and sincere honor to induct the class of 2013 into the Alumni and Alumni Association. Will the class of 2013 please stand? On behalf of the Alumni and Alumni of Goucher College, it is my pleasure to honor your achievement in graduating from this great institution. Congratulations on your new standing as a Goucher alumna or alumnus. You join a vast network of more than 14,000 active Goucher alumni and alumni living in all 50 states and 52 countries. We are a community, and we are your community for life. We wish you much happiness and success as you continue along your life's journey and pursue your personal and professional goals. Please know that we are here for you to offer career advice, to help you transition to life in a new city, or to simply share Goucher experiences, and we encourage you to reach out to us. We also ask that you please be willing, when current students and fellow alumni reach out to you for help, in a future that's not so distant as you may think, that you'll be prepared and willing to do that for us. Before we let you go, I want you to promise me 3 things. 1, that you'll join the Goucher Professional Network on LinkedIn. 2, that you'll frequently visit the AAGC Facebook page and the Alumni and Alumni Central site on the Goucher website. And 3, as the magnet at each of your seats urges, that you will share your contact information with us and keep it current so that we can keep you in the loop about Goucher, send you invitations to events, and help you stay connected and engaged with your alma mater. Class of 2013, do you promise me? Excellent, that's what I want to hear. And now, you may turn your Goucher rings to face the world and your tassels to the left. Congratulations.
One last time, congratulations to the Goucher College class of 2013. Thank you all.
The exercises will close with a benediction. Following the benediction, the audience is requested to remain in their seats until the academic procession has passed. Family members and guests are invited to join the faculty and graduates at a reception in the Sigmund and Mary Bloom Hyman Class of 71 Forum of the Athenaeum at the conclusion of the recessional. The reception will be located on all 3 levels of the Athenaeum.
Class of 2013, I offer you a blessing, advice really, in the form of a teaching from the ethics of the sages. Select a master teacher for yourself. Acquire a colleague for study. And when you assess people, tip the balance in their favor. Select a master teacher for yourself. Recognize when you don't have all the answers and find people and experiences that will allow you to grow. Allow yourself to be helped. Master teachers come in many forms: career mentors, spiritual guides, parents. Yes, your parents can still be your teachers, though you've reached the ripe old age of 22 or more. In fact, now is when you can start to relate to them on a whole different level. Though the world is hard, find people you can put your trust in to set you on the right path. Acquire a colleague for study. Make sure you have at least one friend who is with you in learning, and make that relationship a two-way street. Be willing to listen, share, and hear. The object of study will vary. One day it can be how to do your taxes. Another, it might be how to manage a career and demands of a family. Another, it might be the precise way to make the best macaroni and cheese you've ever tasted. In all realms, colleagues are essential. And last, when you assess people, tip the balance in their favor. Avoid the temptation to write anyone off. Tip the balance in their favor. Be kind and forgiving. It will help you to continue to grow the network of relationships and will earn you trust. Be nice. It works. May you be blessed and kept from all harm. May you find goodness and grace on all the paths you face, and may your striving for purpose endow you with a sense of peace.